Composed between 1718 and 1720, Antonio Vivaldi's The Four Seasons is one of the most well-known and celebrated works in the Baroque era. A four-violin concerti, it is divided into four sections: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. In this piece, Vivaldi vividly depicts the nature with a beautiful narrative that captures the mood and tone of each season: the singing bird of spring, roaring storms in the summer, drunken dancers and hunting parties of autumn, and warm fire in the winter, accompanied by the sonnets, which are likely to be written by Vivaldi himself as well. This music is one of the earliest and most detailed examples of what was called later program music, music that tells a story. To today, The Four Seasons remain a timeless masterpiece, blending technical brilliance with an imaginative storytelling. As we are to perform this piece, I invite you to immerse yourself in this wonderful world of poetic imagery that Vivaldi has offered us in each note.
Vivaldi's Spring vividly captures the chirping of birds, the flowing of a stream, the gentle breeze, and the thunder of spring. The concerto opens with the violin's bright trills and mordents in the high register, mimicking birdsong in E major. At the same time, flowing arpeggios and diatomic scales emulate babbling brooks and gentle breezes through 16th note. Passages often played concertino for a hazy quality. Sudden storms emerge via low string tremolos and chromatic runs, punctuated by sforzando chords. The work's emotional depth comes from contrasts between bright E major and fleeting minor key shadows. Dynamic swing violin from pianissimo to fortissimo. The rustic triple meter dances celebrate pastoral joy. Finally, the dialogue between folk-like melodies and nature sounds embodies the Baroque idea of human-nature harmony, making spring a seasonal portrait and a philosophical statement through fantastic violin playing.
Summer depicts a season of heat, anxiety, and gathering storm. In Presto's final movement, the storm finally breaks loose and Vivaldi unleashes its full force. The violins erupt in frantic 16 notes, sharp and unpredictable like flashes of lightning cutting through the sky. At the same time, the lower strings rumble with tremolos that mimic the deep, rolling sound of thunder, slowly approaching and then crashing overhead. Vivaldi uses extreme dynamic contrast, sudden accents, and staccato to evoke nature and chaos. There is no movement of rest. The rhythm drives forward like the wind accelerating into a full-blown storm. You can feel the pressure build and release again and again, as if the elements were tearing apart the music itself. However, Vivaldi is doing more than simply describing the weather. It also reflects an emotional storm during the summer, the anxiety, restlessness, and many more. His music captures the violence of storm and the intensity of a human experience. Imagine the heat, the kind that cleans your skin and makes the air feel heavy, and then suddenly a storm breaks through. We now invite you to step into that storm with us as we perform an excerpt from the third movement of Vivaldi's Summer.
Antonio Vivaldi's Autumn from the Four Seasons describes the fall. It brought some vivid stories instrumentally. Autumn is structured in three movements: Allegro, Adagio molto, and Allegro, which represents different parts of the season. The first movement, Allegro, is like a celebration of the harvest. Through the rhythmic repetition and the energy the passages express, we can feel the farmers dancing, celebrating, and drinking after a joyful harvest. In the second movement, which is Adagio molto, the mood shifts dramatically. Sustained harmonies in the music creates a sense of calm and exhaustion after the feast of harvest. The rhythmic reflects a quiet, reflective moment, as if the music is also resting with the farmers. Finally, the last movement, Allegro, brings back the energy, like the excitement of hunting. The pacing quickens, and the rapid scales, staccato articulation, and dynamic contrasts create the image of hunters, after resting, chasing their prey through the woods. Vivaldi's technical brilliance shines through this piece. His use of rhythm let us see the scenes shift from one to another as the music goes on. Now, we invite you to follow us into the beautiful season of autumn.
Winter is the final concerto in Vivaldi's famous set of four violin concertos known as the Four Seasons, composed around 1720. Each concerto in the set represents a different season, and winter captures the biting cold, stormy skies, and occasional warmth of a fire on a freezing day, all through vivid music storytelling. Winter is written with a clear structure in three movements. Allegro non molto starts with a shivering, tense feeling, using trembling violins to mimic chattering teeth and icy winds. Largo, a slow, peaceful contrast representing a moment of rest by the fireplace, protected from the cold. Allegro, a lively finale that portrays slipping on ice, harsh winds, and the brisk energy of winter weather. Vivaldi also used clever techniques to bring the season to life. Fast repeated notes and sharp rhythms represent shivering and wind, and sudden dynamic changes show the unpredictability of winter. This, however, is followed by the slow second movement, which is warm and lyrical, like sitting by a fire while the snow falls outside. In addition, Vivaldi wrote a sonnet to go with each concerto. The one for winter describes trembling in the snow, teeth chattering, sleeping on ice, and enjoying moments of warmth indoors, and the music follows it closely, almost like a soundtrack to the poem. after its composition, the four seasons continue to resonate with people around the world, not only for the virtuosity Vivaldi has shown in it, but also for its ability to evoke universal human experiences: joy, struggle, changes, and renewal. As you listen to it, it feels as if the flowing stream and gentle breezes of spring have surrounded you. You can hear the thunderstorm and stirring unease of the summer. Next to your seat, there are people calling upon you, drunken, elated, dancing and celebrating for the harvest of the year. Yet within the blink of your eyes, the touch of the icy snow has covered your palm. Breathing harshly against the wind, you tread carefully on the difficult path, praying for a resting shaft with peaceful fire. Among these four powerful yet different sections, which season is your favorite? But for whichever part you adore, remember that life is just like the four seasons, filled with delightful landscapes and unpredictable storms.